Hey, Elizabeth. How are you doing? A little late start today, but we made it. We made it just in time. So, how are things going with you? I'm doing good, you guys. I'm actually feeling better today. Glad that everything's running so smoothly. No more hiccups or anything happening, but except, of course, the match situation. All right, so let's get this show on the road and get her done. And I forgot to just grab some water. Hang on, you guys. We need to have all our elements with us when we do this. So we've got earth, fire, air, and water. And then we're going to get our smoking incense. We're going to use lavender today. Just kind of want to feel balanced and relaxed. Don't want to be, you know, overstressed or anything. Time to, chill out, relax, enjoy the day. What is left of the day finally after, everything else that goes on. Alright, so we're just going to get our incense lit. Do a quick smudge. And then we'll get started. My battle feather. Poor little feather. I've seriously got to go and look for a new one. But we're smudging the area. We're going to ask for good vibrations, positive notes, messages for whoever is requiring them, based on their urgency. If there's any energies here that need a little bit of direction, may we find it here. And for my journey to keep carrying me and moving me forward. All right. See, it's really quick. So, if you feel like smudging, it's not like a big ordeal. It doesn't have to be a big ordeal, I should say. You just do what resonates with you or how you want to, invoke your energy to put into, balance, whichever it may be. So I was actually just starting a dream catcher. I thought I would, you know, I'm actually working on a dream catcher that's based on, what do you call, like sports teams, the theme of sports teams. So what's going to happen is that basically I will make any dream catcher in the shape of or in the colors of your favorite team. I'm also going to make the ones that hang from your mirror in the car. Um, see, I need glasses for these little guys. I got some really tiny beads. I didn't realize when I ordered them that they were going to be so tiny, but they're super tiny, and it's hard to see where to go in. There we go. Okay, so I've just been working on that for the last little bit, just kind of relaxing. Still having communication problems with a few of our subs. A few of our subs that have readings, but I haven't heard back from a couple of them. So we'll, keep holding it. But if there's just for future reference, if there is a reading, um, that we end up giving away in our draw, I want it to be known that if you do not claim it, that it, after so long, it will expire, kind of energy. Um, just so I can be, you know, honoring the dream catch or the dream, the intuitive reading, whatever length it may be, but give it like a 30-day trial period kind of thing, and see where it goes from there, right? All I want, yeah, it's pretty much it. Okay, and I just gotta keep this straight. I have a pause. So if you have a reading that's outstanding at all, please let me know. Because sometimes even I have a hard time remembering if I didn't write it down. I got so much to do during the day, and I always end up, either forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing, or I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but yet I haven't made it that far yet. Oops. So this is just a centerpiece to the dream catcher that I'm going to make. And I'm basing the colors on our football team that we have up here in Canada. Come on, cut. There we go. So we're just going to bend this one up and around. There we go. Alright, so that's done. Alright, good enough. So there you go. Alright, so take my glasses off for a while. Actually, so this is the one I've started. It's doing it in the colors of the BC Lions from, where I live. It's our, home team. And their colors are orange, black, and white. Like they wear the orange jersey or they wear the black one when they're away type thing. So, yeah, so that's the one that I'm working on right now. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to have more detail on it than what I normally do. So, it's just a growing and experiencing different ways to do them. But, I'm going to do my best at creating this one in, namesake of the BC Lions, that, the colors and everything. So, yeah, so I'm doing wonderfully well. Just plugging away at these, and making them between YouTube and my personal life, my work life, everything going all together. It's hard to sometimes stop doing something and just work on something else. I get so involved with one. So, I don't know what everybody's doing, how everybody's been. Sim Parade. Okay. Clarence, hey. Okay, so how many people are here? I'm not even getting the things to come up. Where is it? Okay. So Elizabeth's here. So what are you guys doing today? Like, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to, I don't know, what do you, what are you recall? What are you wondering about? Maybe there's something that you're wondering about. I'm going to do an actual read without the cards today. Okay. I feel that somebody's energy is all over the place. It's almost like maybe there's been discussions or an argument that's ensued, or you're dancing around the truth of something. You're not sure if you should believe it or not. But, it's got you kind of confused at the same point. This truth that you're trying to uncover. It's taking a lot out of you, like the spirit animal that's coming through right now is the crow. And they're mystic and magic. And that the influence that it's having on you currently is offering you the balance that you're looking for, but you're also not paying attention to your cues. And you're just kind of, still going about the way you do things the same as you always have. Now it's time to change that habit, change directions, change, your confidence is there to move forward, but you're not sure. You're still questioning yourself, self-doubt. Um, you're still going back to the old ways that you do things or handle things. Um, and it's like a whirlwind. Like, you're not used to having so much chaos around you. That's the old you that loved the chaos. The new you is learning not to deal with drama and chaos. Um, but I do see that once you get past those blockages that you've created for yourself, that you'll find balance, and you'll be better attuned to travel your life's path. Like, you'll be, more in tune to where your direction is. You'll be more solid in your foundation, and you won't have to or you'll be able to conserve your energy then to let it go, if that makes sense to you. Conserve your energy. Don't just, willy-nilly handle it, engage people to have them steal energy from you. There's definitely someone that is around you right now that's kind of taking up a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, a lot of just being you. And that person is not going to let go. It's almost like the person is just like totally attached, like almost like like a bloodsucker is attached to you. And that's what's draining you. I feel that it's a male, but somebody that's confident in themselves, mind you, but it's not what you're actually currently looking for. Um, this is based on past experiences with the person. It could very well be that you've had a falling out with them. Things got really heated and things just went south. Right? Now you're looking towards a future without this person, finding balance within yourself first to move away from the old ways that you used to do things. Something about the way, exactly the way you're doing it is exactly how you used to do it. So try to find a different route or a different path that's going to bring you that balance and bring, so many other things into your life that you've not been able to see. You have to really find the balance in order for things to happen for you. Okay. Um, Without balance, you're just, willy-nilling your energy. Um, and what I mean by balance is like, you have to balance the physical sense of you plus the spiritual sense of you. Like, you can either stay 3D or you go 4D, where you open up your mind to this dimension, but on a different level, right? I think that's where a lot of people are getting confused as to, all right. As far as understanding how the universe works, when you start meditating it and seeing it through a different set of eyes, things become very surreal. Um, like the synchronicities with the music the other night. Like stuff that just is out of the norm that nobody would believe you because they're still sleeping. They don't understand it. They haven't been through it. They haven't experienced it. Um, but I think that the person that's coming through is trying to ride the coattails of somebody else. They're trying to take a fast lap around the track before, on the tails of, having somebody else bring them there, right? So try to be able to walk your own journey. All right. Walk your own journey with your own shoes. Focus on yourself, and then you'll be able to help others, because then you've gone through the experiences that you're needing in this lifetime to be able to be of service to others. Okay, that's basically how I classified, and I thought about it yesterday when somebody had asked me, well, how do you label your spiritual gifts? And I said, I don't label them as anything. Maybe I do in some ways, maybe I don't. But the overall energy that I'm feeling is that, we're all sitting here trying to understand what's going on and not even have a clue that, you're moving into a 4D dimension and it's fearful, right? 1616 just went by. But I'm seeing numbers like that, like 2323 or 1111 or 656 or something like that. But it always has two-digit numbers that I like, three as the minimum number that I get now. Right now, sometimes I see like four-number digits or five-number digits or five-digit numbers. And, you know, I would really don't even want to confer to those, because then I'm taking away from myself, right? I'm actually bringing myself to the table and showing and experiencing things to be able to talk about them, right? To offer the guidance, offer the stable environment for everybody to feel safe in their journey. There's no judgment here. There's opinions, very big opinions, but that doesn't mean that, you're not allowed to, create an opinion of something. That's what you can do, because that's still your personal expression of things, right? And if the other person takes offense, well, then you apologize and you say, well, sorry, you took offense to it. You know what I mean? Um, exactly. Um, okay, so now let's discuss the numerology part of things. Because our universe and our beings are actual numeral binary code, or whatever you want to call it. And, the fancy words that they want to adapt to it. I just say it's a soul, right? Whatever. There's a lot of opinions out there, and don't get misled into believing something, because I would say, from what I experienced when I was experiencing some really crazy stuff, um, it's hard not to fall into that channel, like falling into an experience that isn't meant, or needs to be investigated before proceeding, I guess is the message. Investigate before proceeding. And that's some words of recommendation from me. Make sure you do your homework. Make sure that you're physically, spiritually ready. Uh, Make sure you got most of your shit cleaned up, like all the past residual energy that you wish to release. There's still a couple people out in our group here that I'm sure are having a questionable time. So that's why I made also the chat in the Discord, so it can be private, so nobody has access to that chat unless I allow them to be there. Okay. So if you want, we can, I'll just do like a little intro on here. For those that want Discord, you guys are set up, you know which ones to go to. You guys are linked in. And I'll be able to offer the reading over there. Because sometimes you get a reading and it's kind of personal. At least we can jump into a private room if it's not personal. You know what I mean? Like if it starts getting personal, we can do an extended reading in privacy on that chat, on that Discord app, which is fine by me. Okay, it makes people feel a little bit more secure, a little bit more safer. That not everybody in the world is going to see your information or the reading. Can get more personal that way, instead of just kind of generally touching, situations or things that are going on in your life, right? And for you to validate them, right? Validate it on your own, right? Investigate, find the truth, see if somebody is actually legit before asking, before, right? Um, I don't usually, I haven't used cards. I haven't done a non-card reading in probably a year. Um, well, actually, no, maybe about 8 months. Last summer, right? I was still doing it. Sorry, I just. All right, so the information I give is going to offer somebody some balance. They're going to find the balance that they need. Um, Staying in the middle of the road kind of thing, balancing a juggling act. But you'll end up getting through it. Okay, so if you're feeling overwhelmed or anything, just take a break. Stop moving and say, no, I'm not going to get stressed about this. Walk away, come back. If it's still bothering you, you're feeling that you have some agitation, do some meditation or journaling. Get that energy to flow out of you, whether it be through journaling, writing, meditation, creating a painting or something that relaxes you as a person. Like for me, it's like making my dream catchers. I find a lot of peaceful energy there because I create them with peaceful energy. So that's why I feel the nice feeling of flowing energy that's not, contained. And it's not, if you let your, excuse me, if you let your energy come out of your body and you can't see it, does that mean that it's not there? Like when you send energy to the universe, your hands will start to get hot or cold depending on what directional, things are going on. But you can actually send energy from your hand, the palm of your hand, because it's like an energy portal on that body. And this one is um, your feet and your hands. That's where you release heat. And my theory is on that X marks the spot. Okay, on both of my palms, and both my palms are basically the same now, except that location that I was headed to has changed path on my hands. They say that you can actually, it was like my other hand had the M and this one has the M now, right? Yeah, so if that reading resonated with you, Simperit, I'm grateful that it did because it was resonating for someone. And that's what I do also. I do readings without cards, just to show that I'm not one of those ones out there that requires or has to use that has to even use cards to read. It's whatever message is meant to come out. It's meant to come out. So whether it be through the cards or me intuitively tuning into the message. Um, you know, that's just what I do, right? Intuitive, whatever you want to call it. Um, but, authentic reading, whether with cards or without cards. Um, and there may be times where I do without cards. I don't need the cards to go and read. I can take that reading, remote viewing. I can do a remote viewing. I can do a lot of different things that I've practiced over the last, little while. Um, I've had, I've done in total in the last 5 years, the amount of remote viewings I did was, I believe it is now at 4 or 5. But I was hitting the nail right on the head with all of them. So they would sit and message me back and message me back. And it was like the one energy was going through a lot, and that was that one that had the little girl popping in and being revealing itself through photos. Like I was showing you in the photos. By the time it reached me, she would never be able to see it in the picture, but like God said, give you eyes to see, right? When you're looking through example God's eyes, because you're coming from a more higher level of consciousness. That is why they say, for those that can see and those that can hear, right? I listen to music now and I get the spiritual message that's undertone from the song. The lyrics take on a whole different meaning spiritually. Listen to it with a spiritual mind and tell me what you think when you find that music and you find that it's changed. It's not the way you're used to hearing it. And I think people are very confused on this fact as well. Um, the fact is that music is written for you to enjoy. Okay, there is um, music, and then there's spiritual. And I'm not talking about singing hymns and all that, but I'm talking on a spiritual level. You take it to the next level, right? You're entering into the 4D when all this stuff is, that you're used to having. And call it the Mandela effect. Is I think it's like a real wrong label for that experience. You're focusing your energy on everything that used to be still, right? You're not moving anywhere in a direction of forthcoming. Who gives a shit what happened in the past? Seriously. What happened in the past is you want to focus and stay there and keep going through history instead of making history, then you go ahead. I don't have time for that nonsense because it's nonsense. Really. It's nonsense. I really don't care. Mandela affected people. It's an excuse. I would say it's a damn well excuse yourself from actually being accountable and being in the now or the future. You want to stay complacent. So basically, you're asking nobody to even acknowledge you because you might as well call yourself mental and be in an institution as well for Mandela affected people. And that's the way I look at it. Um, Mandela affected, I think it's a choice. It's an option that people choose to do. But in all reality, there's no reason or rhyme to me as far as being in the 40 and then people talking about this Mandela effect. Are you guys going to stay stuck in history or are you going to move forward and kind of, let that shit go because it's holding you back, right? And I'm sorry if you don't like the way that I, express my opinion, then you don't have to listen, right? Um, but it gets frustrating, when all you get on, when all you see on YouTube are people worrying about how something was spelled or how something was done. Like, is it really that necessary or needed in this kind of 40? Maybe it's because I am in the 40 and everybody else is still caught in the 3. But it doesn't make sense to me why even anybody would give a shit about how, you say cummerbund or cummerband, whatever. Who cares? Move on with your life. Get moving on something that's going to entail or interest somebody, that's going to be of assistance, not living in the goddamn past all the time. Seriously. I have no use for it. Really, I don't. But you Mandela affected people, you guys are just like, you're another set of sheep sleeping and falling whatever to trying to make it the normal way as possible, and you're not achieving it. You're not, everybody follows suit, so let's all talk about, things that used to be. Why? Why? Why even give a shit? Why should we worry about the way things used to be? We're trying to move forward, you know, forward. We're trying to go into the future, not be held back by other people that, aren't getting the message up here and giving a shit about, you know, it's like somebody, it's like when the penny was taken away. Everybody focused on it. Oh no, we're going to have such a chaos. If you let go of it, I think it was the greatest thing ever. Get rid of the penny up here in Canada. Get rid of it. We don't need it. Just round everything up to the dollar. Whatever. Who cares? But when you see people panicking over this shit and creating these chat rooms and everything, and it's like, why does it matter? That's what I would like to ask. Anybody that is Mandela affected or has kind of tuned into this Mandela effect, let me know, because in all reality, you're just fucking with your own head, right? That's all you're doing. You're fucking with your own set of messages or memories, and you're allowing somebody else to control that. So if you want to continue going down the Mandela affected or, all these different kind of routes that everybody's kind of putting on everybody, and everybody doesn't want to feel like they're left out, so they'll just join just to feel needed, I could care less. I'm not saying that I could care less in the sense of the person, but the topic. Okay, I really have no use for that topic, that whole concept. The same goes for people that are flat earth. Why don't you, instead of putting videos up and saying that we're flat earth, go out and get the evidence that we are? Physically go out and get that evidence that we're on a flat earth. And I would like to see I would challenge anybody to go out there and do that, because there's not a person in this universe or this planet that's going to actually take that time to go and find out if the earth is really flat. Like, walk on it. Like, figure out a way to figure out and have concrete evidence that the world is flat. Unless you're getting paid to bullshit people, and, you think that it's a better way to live than, being honest or, comprehensively serving another person so that they don't make, a foolish mistake or start going down the rabbit hole, because I've been there and I've been back. I didn't get stuck in there, thank God, because you know how many people are sitting down in that rabbit hole right now? Probably quite a fucking few. And I have no use for it. Went down, it came back out. There ain't no fucking way you're going to stay in a rabbit hole. For one, you don't do that, you'll end up coming up for, this is all metaphored, right? What are your thoughts on Americans' attitudes towards politics? I don't get involved in American politics. Sorry. I'm a Canadian. I don't want to even begin to go there, because my rant would be just extreme. Sorry. I don't think any of you would be ready for my extreme rant on that one. But you never know, right? Hang on. Alright, sorry. I'm stuck. There we go. So, as far as American politics, mind you, I don't follow it. I don't really get involved. It really is kind of like a child process. I follow the news on you guys. I do follow the news, but I have no need for Donald Trump and his little, his political moves that he's making right now are not. They're only to benefit him, not even the American state as a community, because you're not. You're all divided already. Everybody's divided, right? And he's just made it more divided by placing, limitations on people and places. But who's the one that keeps letting them through? Okay, so you have a problem with issues with people, immigrants, and everything coming into your country. Then shut the border and shut everything down so you don't have to have a multicultural state or state of union. You have a cap on all of it. You know what I mean? If that's the biggest thing that's bothering people is immigration, then fight to have the borders closed. Don't put a wall there. What's the wall going to do? Seriously, you're going to be able to build a wall that big to keep them out? Seriously? I don't know. You go and put tariff charges on things because you can. Just because you can doesn't mean it's intentionally good for your economy, let alone, other economies. You're not working hand in hand with your trade. What do they call that? That trade settlement or agreement, the trade agreement that we do have. Uh, it's like a little. The way I look at Trump is he's like America is like a playpen, a baby playpen, and there's Trump in there, and then you put Trump in the little playpen as a young child, and everything becomes understandable once you look at it that way. You know what I mean? Tantrums and misdirection. He's trying to think of it as this is a fun game, like tag, you're it. You know what I mean? Or duck, duck, goose. And he's on the outside and he's won every single round to run, 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 run. And he's got other people running in circles. For what? Really? Seriously. No use. So, that's about the only information I'll give because it's unfavorable for you guys. And I hope that it gets settled soon enough for you guys because I don't think that making the American public having to wait based on because you're in the shitter and you're telling everybody to wait till you get out before anything happens. That's more or less what I'm experiencing, that Trump's on the shitter waiting to take a shit while everybody else is outside waiting on him to finish taking a shit so they can get shit dealt with. So there's a lot of shit. You know what I mean? How much more can we take? I don't know. How much more can America take? I think it's getting to the point where people are deafening themselves. They don't even want to hear what he has to say. So then he does a political thing. Oh, Daisy, no, we're just talking. I was just, chit-chatting. People ask my opinion, so I'm giving it. You know how it is. No, like I said, I'm taking a break from actual doing free readings on the channel for a bit. I just want to break from them because so many people come on and it's like, well, oh shoot, what did I do here? Uh-oh, where is it? Hang on, guys. Kind of hooped it here. There we go. Okay, back on. No, it's not serious. It's kind of, somebody asked my political view on things, but, it doesn't really apply for me because I'm not American. You know what I mean? I'm not an American citizen. So my opinion doesn't really count, is the way I look at it. But yeah, oops. Okay, so, yeah, so, yeah, it's definitely a hard, situation for you guys to personally be in when you have, somebody that's just having like a gay old time, just changing anything when he feels like because he can, just like when he wasn't even president, because he can. He has the power, he has the money, he has everything that he's required to have. Sure, let's put him into office and pay him another, $500 million to be president of the fucking States when he's already a billionaire, and then still doesn't even notice that he's there for public service to the American states and people as a whole, generally, right? Yeah, well, talking about, money can't buy you happiness. Like, it can buy you a half a penis, okay? Happiness, but buy you a penis. Oh, that just got bad. Happiness. Have a penis and go get, go find a penis and get happy on the penis. Happiness. Anybody got half a penis? Oh, you guys are funny. Seriously, you never know what you're gonna expect here on Emmy's channel. You never know what's gonna happen down here. But something will. Something will set off little Emmy here, and little Emmy will have her opinion. But we have fun. Like we joke around, we may be sounding serious, but thank God I'm not American. I'm grateful for every day that I wake up on this side of the border. I even remember reading hearing a video of a girl that was up here, and she became very ill while she was here traveling. Then she ended up staying here. I think it was for a couple of weeks while they took care of her. They gave her medicine, and she was put into the hospital. She was taken in for observation, and they ended up keeping her there for almost 2 weeks or something like that. Which, they said that we don't even pay for our health care up here. It's like even with we don't pay to go see a doctor. We don't pay to we pay for prescriptions and stuff, obviously, right? Things like that. But we do not have to pay for actual health care unless you're making a certain amount of money, right? That I do know. So you have to be in a certain tax bracket to have to pay for and I think you have to be making over, I think, 25,000, 25 or is it 35? I don't know, but you have to make a certain amount before they'll actually start billing you for your pharmacy, for your pharmacare, right? If you're in like what do they call it? If you're kind of in a tax bracket that doesn't make enough to go through the pharmacy network thing, whatever you want to call it. Oh, jeez, what am I doing here, you guys? It's not working. There we go. So we don't actually have to pay for our pharmacare. Our stays in the hospital are automatically billed to, the minister or whoever's dealing with the claim through, like I have dual citizenship. I have dual medical. I also, when my provincial healthcare doesn't cover it, my native status will actually cover the balance or whatever is that is left over. Okay, here I'm getting this all screwed up here, guys. I'm gonna have to put this away here. Pull that one out. Okay, so I'm separating the two. This is the part that I hate when I get confused. So why are you there? Okay, almost there. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. Okay, that should be good. Okay, sorry guys. I want to be working on this while I'm talking, and then hopefully we've talked long enough that I'll actually finish it before the video ends. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think it's fair that we have a good government up here in Canada. Well, for the most part, it makes its rounds to be able to hear what direction to be headed in. You know what I mean? Um, what happened here? What is going on? Hmm. What? I didn't put the bead on. Okay, so now I start here. Okay. So anyways, now that I know what I'm doing here, I got this kind of on lock. What else? What were we talking about? Well, our pharmacy is actually pretty good up here. Like I don't, even though I have Indian status, it does make it easier. I'll say that much. And to be able to be given that, privilege is good. Do I do all this thing? Um, so I don't know. If I had to choose whether I wanted to live in the States or live in Canada, I would have to say the States is handy for like the cost of living, right? Everything is cheaper down there. I don't know why, but up here we've got quite the, you know, um, expensive part of things. But, have we hit? Okay, so we're 43 minutes in. We can actually do a reading or two. That was just kind of my rant, kind of, just to get my point of view across. Because that's all it is. It's just a point of view. It doesn't mean that it's fact or anything. I'm going all the way with that. Okay, so I'm going to take these two off. And, okay. Okay, so it's this one. Another one. Yeah, so I don't know. Sorry, I just kind of focused out on you guys. Just have to get these two little beads out of here. As far as our political beliefs, what would be my answer to that question if U.S. politics was something that I had to worry about when it comes to meeting with our prime minister and everything? I don't know. I don't. It always runs long. I always say I'm only going to be here for like an hour, and then I start, talking about whatever random shit that comes up. But maybe for president, yeah. I think I've had this rant on here before, but it's unfortunate that you guys have. Unfortunately, you guys have to, be the pawns in the game. You know what I mean? Like having to, use society as, a test subject. Like I don't believe in that. I don't believe that that should be an option. Um, but that's what they do. They, like what I've gone through for the last, I don't know, since July of last year, um, or actually, no, it was a little bit later than that, going to the hospital because, I'm having troubles with my third eye and the visions that I was getting that were freaked out. Went to deal with them and, they just let me go and said, okay, well, it's just the way you're perceiving things. My perception is different than the average person. It's not the same. It never will be able to go back to just being a 3D being, go to work. It can't go back. Once you've opened that hatch, you have no option. But it's like leaving a sinking ship. You either stay on the ship and drown, or you get the emergency hatch open and swim for your life. And then that's what it's become. It's like salmon fish, running upstream just to get back to their mating grounds. Like that doesn't make sense to me either. How they would put themselves through such, grueling situations just to go and, you know, fertilize eggs. You know what I mean? I don't know, just my logic of thinking. My spiritual I no longer think with a religious mind, right? Whereas before, I did, right? I don't know if you guys can probably even go back to videos and see how much I've changed just in the last 3 months in my beliefs, and everything that is part of my life has value, more value than actually a religious life would have. I have more in my spiritual life than I would in a religious life, and I won't be succumbed to having to be forced into believing the religion that I grew up with, because I have no faith in it. And I spoke with the actual bishop and told him how I felt. I said, "You understand that your church is basically not even a true church. And you're telling me that I have to coincide and follow your idea of my life because I'm Mormon and I'm not allowed to think anything else but that." So I said, "You know what, maybe you should go and do your homework on the things that are being said about the Mormon church, and you're supposed to be there helping, being a support to people, but you're looking down your nose and picking and choosing. You're at a cattle auction watching the cattle walk by, and you've already pre-picked the ones that you're going to target. You've taught them to target people that are less fortunate. You targeted them to, go and seek the ones that need the help. And they don't need help. They don't want your help, for sure. So, you're wasting your breath, and using young people, the young members of your church to go out and plead this thought process is just stupid when they should be in college or going away to college. But they got like 17, 18-year-old boys going to people's houses and saying prayers. They don't even believe or understand it. First of all, they don't believe and understand what the fuck is going on. When they walked in my door and I told them about the experiences I had, they went like their mouths dropped open and they didn't know what to say. So what are you going to do? You're going to send two young gentlemen to my house to bless my house, which I can do myself, and then they just stand there just awestruck about believing it. And I went, well, welcome to the real world, boys. This is where it gets exciting for you. You know what I mean? You thought you had it all figured out in a nutshell because the church taught you that. You're supposed to believe that, and that's all you're supposed to believe. I went through a transition from that. I panicked, because I was so used to the religious, and I started getting visions about, the religious aspect of the church, right? And how it's going to end up crumbling down. But it's not going to come crumbling down in the sense of the way that they are going to expect it. It's going to be their foundation is going to get stripped right out from underneath them, and they're just going to fall like a Jenga box. A Jenga box would have a better chance at surviving an earthquake, or like an earthquake moment, metaphorically, than one that is built of sound form and structure. And that's what I've done. I've built my foundation, and nobody's going to make that a loose foundation for me to stumble anymore. I built that, made sure that I did my homework, and I'm not going to have anybody else creating any insight into a foundation unless I'm aware of what's going on, right? So the bishop wanted me to go and be another lamb that they can, don't give a shit about, except for unless I'm donating money, then they'll give a shit. But he did not like the way that I spoke to him. He was quite offended. You could hear it in his voice. But and that does like every religion is written the same, and there's a video on it that I watched the other day about comparing actual Bibles that are out there, their theory and what resonates inside them is their message, and everything is the same, just written in a different language. Like really all you really need to focus in your energy is more or less the Ten Commandments. That was what the first rule that was given in biblical form after they did the parting of the sea was Moroni. What's his name? I don't even know the guy's name, but he went on top of the mountain, and these plates were carved out of gold. There's no possible way. They have the actual gold plates on display somewhere. I can't remember where. But there is an actual set of golden plates. It's under lock and key, mind you, so it could be anywhere. I'm not too sure. It could be with, the religious people themselves have it stored away somewhere. But there are actual golden plates that people can actually get the translation. Even on YouTube, look the golden plates and see what they say. Because, okay, so let's see here. What? We're not into the same system, but we also don't look outside the belief, or it's the same. So I feel the relationship with God is personal when there shouldn't be rules on how to worship. No, there shouldn't. Once you have your connection in that, you know, and I'm going to say this openly. Like, before when I started my path, okay, I was a religious girl. I was very religious. I thought that the morals that I was taught to be respectful of yourself and not, to give away yourself, you know, give away your energy to somebody. Um, give up when, you know, things got tough for me, I would give up. So I didn't have to face the emotional or feeling part, right? So if a relationship wasn't working, I'd be the first one like, okay, I'm out. You know, but I've changed that, you know, and I haven't attended church in over a year, right? But I started with a prayer, and I was praying for some answers to our situation, me and my partners at the time, and I just wanted a change. I wanted something had to change within the relationship for it to work. And so I used to pray about it a lot. Every day I would like sit down and pray and just ask for an understanding as to the situation. Um, and every time I would pray, I could feel like the light beam kind of shining down on me, going, yeah, I can hear you, I see you. You know what I mean? Like that spiritual light. It's almost like a spiritual searchlight almost, that, you kind of come across. Um, and it started there. I was asking for guidance. I was asking for me to be able to find my journey again and how to relive it, being, compliant to what the needs of God are, having to go direct to the source with my prayers, not, to angels and stuff, but I went directly to God, not like physically went or spiritually um, attained my connection with God with the beam, and He had basically blessed me to say that you are going to keep your word, you're going to, be of service to others, and if that's through, you know, things that you may not find tangible or important to do them through, do whatever you do to get the messages out there. And so I did. I started looking up on it. I started studying it and telling him that I no longer want to be involved with the Mormon religion. I don't want to have to, basically sell my soul to somewhere that, doesn't even give you an opportunity to think for yourself or to be outside the religion. Like Daisy said, there's no confirmation, you know. So what do? I decided to take back my own personal roots, the native part of me, and learn about the beliefs that I was entitled to. Uh, not be conforming to society, right? We have a different, not an agenda, but we have a different aspect of looking on things very spiritual. And you still don't see us being acknowledged anywhere. That's not a big deal to me. But it's like they've got, I've talked about this so many times, and it really irks me that people can, be taken out of the system and just forgotten about. You say that you're an open rotating door. Then why are you not, providing service to people that need it? I went to get a food order once from them. That was when my partner had first lost his job, and um, so we went on a 2 week one. There is people that the lady that took me to get hers, she was picking up one for herself as well. She is a member of the church. And guess what? She's sleeping in her van. Do you think the ministry of the church was going to help her? No. She was on her own. I think that's unreasonable um, reason to, you know, be condemning, right? Hey, Clarence. Okay, so I'm just, I make mine personal with God. I leave Jesus Christ, the Holy Ghost, everything out of that. My source, that's it. I go to source, I make a direct connect. For myself, a direct connect. To be able to go through records and be able to go through the spiritual part of things with His guidance, mind you. I'm not saying that I don't believe in God, but I do believe in a higher source energy that, had me come to them through almost like being buried alive in my spiritual self, packing that away and sending it on its journey. And then I was in a transformation stage where, they could send me back and I would still reintegrate. That's right. Bye. I live with a family member who's Christian, and he believes anything New Age is evil. See, the thing is everybody has their opinion. Okay, when you actually plant that seed for somebody to be able to grow from and understand it, um, like I had, and I'll talk about this because I do have his permission to share his story. Um, but the confidentially part, I won't say where you guys can find this person. But I spoke to a gentleman that I had met through one of my Facebook channels, and he was suffering from his mom was basically with a terminal illness and was expected to pass away in the next near future. This is going back now March of last year. I haven't been able to remember his name, but I had spoken with him on the phone and explained how he can help his brother. His brother suffered from ADHD, but it was more like a Tourette's ADHD. He was seeing demons. He was seeing a lot of different energies. He wasn't wanting to acknowledge. The only person that was able to work with him was his mom, but this gentleman had asked that I give them some guidance in regards to how to help alleviate that stress for the mother, seeing as she's terminally ill. And that when mother passes away, he wants to be able to have a good connection with his brother that won't take, the passing of their mother very well. And I'd said to him, I said, talk to him like he's a human being, for one. Don't disregard his opinions or his thoughts. Okay, number two. Number three is allow him to feel comfortable. Express that you are there to protect him as well from this harm that he's seeing. Number five, allow him to tell you his experiences without interrupting. Let him be heard because he's not being heard right now in regards to what's going on around. Nobody is listening regardless. But if you open your listening ear and your listening heart, things will get better. Things will change. And I had him call me back a few days later telling me that just that experience and following those five little steps, him and his brother have reconnected and they're actually building their bond now as we speak. And ever since I told him how to, let his brother express himself on the things that he sees and just to let him be accountable to the, like, don't let him think that it's not real because it's very real. I've experienced it. A lot of people out there have experienced in these situations. They've even had somebody that's a medicine person in their family that does tarot and all that mystical stuff. I said, if she was that bit good of a mystic, then this should have been resolved a long time ago. A long time ago. I spent 15 minutes to an hour on the phone with this gentleman about his brother, and within 3 days he got results. Now, that doesn't just happen by a chance when everybody else is saying it's, spirituality isn't something that you should mess with, or, if it makes you more healthy, more happy, then do it. I'm not saying you have to, do anything, but I can share my experiences from dealing with people that haven't had a spiritual awakening. You learn who to talk to, how to talk to them, and when to talk to them, more or less. Um, but yeah, so it was a great phone call that I got from him saying that his brother is a lot more calmer now. He's not freaking out so much about, the entities that maybe he's able to see. And that's good because that's where he was fearing. He was fearing the darkness. And that's exactly what it is. It's just darkness. You can walk through it and come out the other side, right? So but it was very interesting to know that he actually is building a connection because his mom is very ill, right? And it sucks, like they know that mom's leaving soon, and then she just listens to music and just waits, patiently, just waiting, enjoying, listening to music and listening to everything that she liked in the world before she left, and she's complete, she's happy, she's ready. Whenever it comes, it comes, and to understand that, is a big task in itself because usually you don't want to leave everything behind, but if everything's being resolved for her to not be stressful and worry about it, she gets to have a less traumatic transformation through to the spirit realm when she does go, right? To whichever dimension she ends up, I don't know. Depends on what you've done in your life path, if you even get to um, go into a different existence. I lived from the 4D ever since I started. I've had experiences with my dream catchers having orbs in the middle of them where, the hoop hangs down and then you have the little smaller hoop, and then just above that in the core of the actual dream catcher on my non-traditional ones, there was like a blue orb when I came out of meditation, and it stayed there. I thought I was flipping out, and then I was able to pick numbers like one off every single number that would be drawn in the 649 up here, I was one number off. So if it was 34, it would be 33. If it was 54, it would be 53 or 55. You know what I mean? Like one number off each digit for the longest time. Even now, I've, go to pick a lottery ticket, I'm like one or two numbers either side of the number that I picked. That's how detailed and tuned in I can be to get that close with that kind of result. You know, but I didn't keep going at it because I didn't feel it was a fair way to win things. But hey, you could draw it at any time, right? So that's all I can say about that. My experience in regards to that. So I don't know. I can't see my chat. My other computer's being used right now, so I can't really. Oops. So, you know, life is life. Um, your higher belief that gives you direction. Listen. Just open your ears to hear the messages. Um, and it's not to be feared. Okay, it really isn't. But I think that's where you see a lot of your fear will end up coming up, and it's released either through your dream state. You're going to see a lot of maybe some more hostility or attacks through dream state on your personal spirit. Um, the one thing that you can, which is really bizarre for me, is when I had those dream states, I was looking at myself. Like my last dream was a picture. I was living in a high rise, and I had taken on the responsibility of someone's baby, like a babysitter or nanny, right? Um, but I was looking at me, and that was the last time I dreamt. I was looking after someone's small boy that would sit in the hallway crying for mommy, mommy, where's mommy? And it was like dark everywhere else. It was like a shadow of dark engulfed, the area or the realm that I was in. See that? Isn't that weird? Makes me look like I got black eyes. um, but to have that experience and dreams and not realizing that you're looking really at yourself. You are spending that time in that realm to go and resonate and reflect on what you've learned and what you've saw or what you've heard, and go and find your own truth. Nothing saying you can't believe in what I believe in. I give you all the credit to be, able to build a strong foundation and move forward. That's what we have to do. But, I can't work with something that's going to work in the past. I have no use for the past. You can't rewrite it. You can't take it back. You can't do anything with it. But the future is where I focus. The now and the future, right? Um, and I give my energy. I've been in my relationship 5 years. I'm not saying that was easy all the time, but we fought for what was right. We fought for each other, right? Hey, you scored 444. So we can go live in Discord after this if you want. We have that set up. It has live chat. If you guys want to know more, I don't have the actual email. I don't think Daisy has it. If Daisy could put up the Discord link. All you have to do is register with a name, and then you'll be brought into the channel where we can, not have to advertise all our business on YouTube. Some personal state. Some people want some personal time. Then hey, what's the better way to do it than just with people in our community? So with that, I'm gonna actually just kind of cut this video short because I don't feel like, doing any more information on YouTube personally. That's just my view. But hey, who am I to say? But we can discuss things more personal, more in depth. I don't want to be able to, give people access to my energy or my situations. So that's why I don't really like going too deep in readings, because then people can attach to your energy and commandeer the energy, if you will. Right? And we'll do our live reading over there. And because I know all the people that are gonna be there in Discord, you can even hang out with each other there. Like you don't need me there. It's just a more safer, more kind of enclosed energy space for us to be able to work from, right? That we can focus our energy on the positive and assist each other on understanding what's going on in our lives, right? So it gives you, another outlet but a more private outlet for you to express your feelings, emotions, and situations, right? So That's the intention of Discord. If you're not up for that, and you find that you're not quite ready for that, um, feel free to mention it in Discord. When you log in. I don't know if who's there. I think all you guys are actually in there, right? Sim Parade. Have you got the Discord link, Sim? Let me know if you haven't. Um, then I can maybe get Daisy to put the link in there. Is she still here? Yeah, I like coming here to talk too. Always a fun. It is. We have fun here. We never like Daisy says, "Oh, when did this station get serious?" I'm like, "Huh? We've always been serious around here. We don't smile. We don't do nothing. We just keep. We just want to continue being robots. We will answer your questions and give you direction, but nothing more than that." There's my robot voice. I let my mom. Okay, cool. Yeah, because that was a while ago. We were supposed to do that, and I got you written down on a list with that. So I'm just like, trying to catch up with people's readings, but it's kind of, touch and go when you end up connecting with each other. Because we all have actual lives other than me. Oh, this is what I got. I got a nice crystal. Here you go. It's Argite. Isn't that nice? I should turn the light on for this. Hang on. Okay, so you might be able to see it better now. But it is an actual crystal. It's called Argite. I got that in my mail today. I was like, yes, bonus. But isn't it cool? It's like it's a healing crystal. Like I could end up charging this one and using it as a pendulum if I wanted to. But yeah, no, I got it this morning. Well, it's alive. It's likely alive. It's definitely a live crystal, right? It's real. It's got the, all the aspects of it. Thank you guys. I like that it's the pink, kind of the rosy pink. So I made a necklace just out of it myself. So I did my own little necklace there. Simple, it's all you need. You don't need to be extravagant or anything like that crazy. But even just a simple crystal like that on a chain will help you balance your energy. Um, you might want to go in, like I didn't even spend more than I think I spent like 40 cents on it to get this. 61 cents or something like that US. Believe that. It cost me $1. Really. $1. It was less than $1. I think it was 61 cents or something like that. But it was less than $1 and I got a piece of crystal out of it. That's a fucking good deal. That's a hell of a good deal. So yeah. Thank you guys. I'm glad. I got that off eBay. And what you do is you go and look. Okay, a labradorite. Labradorite. Really? What's a labradorite? So this one is Argite. It's supposed to be helping with healing, balance, and happiness. So that's the first crystal I've actually bought, other than the other one, my amethyst that was gifted to me. But this is my second crystal. Yeah, go check it out. And you can end up seeing like shit down there that's cheap than you would pay for it up here, right? Because this is an example. There's places that you can look and get good deals if you want them, but some of them are expensive. Um, some of them go actually quite high, like up to into the $1,000 range. But I managed to swingle this one out, and I got it. So I was like, yeah. Well, I definitely am going to buy some more specimens, is what they call these. I'm going to buy some more specimens for sure. So yeah, so I'm happy about it. I made my own little necklace. Need to have a look. Okay. You can't spell. I can't talk. What is it called? Labradorite? What? Crystals for staying grounded. I would Google that. Basically, the way I look at crystals, okay, and you can do whatever you want. This is just my opinion and my kind of view on it. We have always had society telling us what to believe, how to believe, where to believe. Okay? So just wrap your head around this for a minute and think about it yourself. Okay. When you're provided an option, okay, you've kind of gone out and said, I need help doing this, I need help doing that. For me to not give you that knowledgeable information, it doesn't sit well with me. So if there's something that I know that is going to be able to assist you, regardless whether it's externally from my channel or externally because I recommended it, if it works for you, then I've completed my position in that questioning, right? If there's a way that I can make your life easier by giving you a link to look at, maybe for yourself to do your own homework, because a lot of people don't even bother. They're expecting, and I had this discussion that when a person is coming through and wants a reading or anything or something like that, say, if I feel drawn to it and I feel like it's the right timing, then I'll do it. But people don't understand that the timing isn't just a man-made time, it's a spiritual time clock that kind of runs to be able to work with you and your vibration. It's not, your typical, oh, wowza me, and everything just snap, pop, crackle into the right position. It took me, I think it was about 2.5 years before I actually popped in to my full inner self. I had a good idea where I wanted to go, how I wanted to do it, where I wanted to do it, and just did it, right? And you change over time. Like I don't want to be stuck in the same boat, paddling around the world, visiting the world in the same boat. I want to upgrade. I want to be able to spiritually upgrade when I feel I'm ready to. And you can do that, right? You can either put your life on hold to do your spiritual journey, or you can find the balance within and make them both work in your favor. Like I was not good working as far as for somebody else, right? I've always been my independent self and always wanting to just move on my own when I can, when I want to. I don't want to have to answer to somebody that thinks that they're better or they're looking down their nose because I'm a lower entrance level employee from the basic line. You know what I mean? That I should be judged or my quality of work should be judged. That's why I always give the direction, the options, let you figure it out. If there's like a better direction that I feel that you would be better suited, then I kind of lean on that one more. If there's one that I'm not in synchronicity, or the reader, me, and the readess, you, is not complying to understanding that concept, to actually start asking questions before you engage that energy, to ask, what is the result going to be? What was your experience as to when you did this? Why, more whys, and how comes, and all those questions. Those are the questions I want to hear. Those are the questions I want you to be asking and saying. For each individual person that comes to my channel is an individual person. You will get your individual message from me. I'm not going to, hide it from you. I'm not going to tell you about it, but I will definitely be putting my energy in to resolve and help you, kind of fell in the mud puddle. Now you need a little bit of help getting out of that mud puddle before you sink and get, totally engulfed in a mud puddle or quicksand kind of energy. But to reach back and help you up, that is what I'm here for. That is why I want to be of service, so that you can get the most out of your life. And that's why, at times I feel bad for asking for donations, because my services, I could be like Jesus and just go and do a homage, migration to my homeland, but I have no homeland, right? Well, I do, but I don't actually know it because I wasn't raised there. I was raised, in a different kind of whole dimension than what, my cultural means were, okay? So I stopped for a while. I chose not to do the church thing. I wanted to increase my spirituality and really know if God is real, right? Because after I had that experience of them morphing and using my partner as a channel without his consent at that, um, it blew my mind. Like there was no turning back. I could not choose to come back to just being a religious person believing in the church only. I have too much up here now to be able to sit and listen mundanely at a preacher or somebody telling me that, the rules of life. Hey, you want to talk about the rules of life, then jump on board and I'll take you for a spin. Okay? I will take you on my journey with a spin and I'll drop you off and give you a goodnight kiss. How does that sound? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's like fighting to have the most biggest congregation as ever. That's what this is about. See, it's just like on YouTube. What is society doing is the exact same thing that happens here. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Out there, there's 500,000 people that are willing to go and convert you to Christianity. There's like 1 million of people on YouTube that are going to convert you to the Mandela effect. You know, your opinion doesn't count because there's only one way to think. So, one world thought process is coming through because others are allowing it to happen. So, don't get pissed off when you end up with a one world government because people don't fucking listen and do their homework. So they're to blame. No, it's pointless. It's a battle that you never will win at the rate of this Mandela effect. They are the ones that are deceiving and not even giving a shit as to where the world ends up. They're too busy arguing over if it's a flat earth, yes or no. And they're literally basically doing that. It's a flat earth. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. 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 And you get tired of the tennis match, okay? After you hear so much of it. So much of the yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it is. Are we gonna have like an actual championship game here to find out who's right and who's wrong? No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. That's what it's like. Okay, that's what it's like living in my world. Devil, angel, angel, angel. Whatever they want to say. They're in control of their realm. They're not in control of my realm, but I will take their opinion or messages that they need to find I need to go to. So, with that, I'm going to do a live reading over on Discord. I won't be doing live readings here, so I am saying that my small community is over there. We will go there. We will have discussions. We'll do the readings. You know, we'll try to keep it. Yes, it is. It's called Discord. Hang on, let me see if I can remember the link. I can't put it in. I think if Daisy's here, I don't know if she's still here or not. But Miss Daisy, you still there? No answer? Alright, I'm gonna have to look for the Discord number. Let me see if I can find it quickly. I know it's HTTPS Discord G. Hang on, let me just find it on here. Okay. Okay, so I'm just getting the link for you guys. I'm gonna have to write it down here quick. Hang on one sec. Be right with you. I'll try to figure it out. Okay. And then I can work on my dream catchers while I'm talking to you guys there. Okay, hang on. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, it's www.discord.ggg small s big TARZ 2D, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I'll let that load. So yeah, it's an app that you can find. It's called Discord. So just waiting for that one to load, and I can give you guys the link. Can't wait for that one. Because I'm logged in on my phone, and it's kind of a pain in the ass when, you have somebody else using the other one. So I gotta wait for it to load. But I'll give you the paper or the message for that. And I can't type on my phone, so it really kind of sucks that I don't have you guys there. Yeah, I know it takes years. 80 years. Okay, so we've got the spirit box going. We're going to entertain ourselves with that while I get this figured out. John? I heard me. Okay. They already called my partner. They just said his name. He's coming. Yeah, we do. We're trying to move in less problematic situations. Yeah, you need an office. You need to go to the office. Hang on one second, guys. Already. Sent in a letter. Okay. So I'm on Discord now, you guys, if you guys want to swing over there. I'm going to end the video here. Find me on Discord. I'll be there from this point forward. Be a little bit easier to communicate and hear you guys actually. Yeah, you can still use it. Don't worry. I'll show you guys how to do it. Just put Discord in. It's the same thing as, you know, it's like a live chat. You don't actually have to be a gamer to use it. And I'll show it. Just, you know. So I'll get the server ID for you guys.
Very excellent dish. The mind of the spear after hours straight before you. www. Century these things. What an enchant.
Okay, so yeah, so it's not giving me the server settings. All right.
Had something to do with condemnation. The encouraged whistling.
Okay, so I'm on the after show, the after show link that's on the Discord page that you guys are in. So we'll meet you there. If you happen to get the Discord app, this is just a random kind of thing. I'll leave my, where's my pen? I don't have my pen now. I can put it on. Yeah, so that's where you can find us at www.discord.gg/STARZY2d. So the first letter S and D are both small letters, lowercase. The ones in between are higher case. So S, lowercase s, higher case TARZ. Then you have 2 and a little d. That should be getting there. So I want to.
Or it may have been the target of the plea. That could have made him jump.
Oh yeah, so it's TARZY2D.
I had first
So it's okay. So it is www.discord.gg and /small t ARZ. I think it was ARZ. Yeah, so it's small t T. Oh Lord. TARS Y2D. So it's TARS with a small t, TARS Y 2 little d. There you go. So TARS 2D. TARS Y 2D. Okay. That's it. If you can't find the link, let me know. But it's small t, big A, big R, big Z, capital Y, number 2, and then a little lowercase d. That is the link. So if anybody can type that in for me, that'd be great. But if not, that's okay. All right, so I'm going to head over to Discord. I will see you there shortly, hopefully. But yeah, it'd be nice to actually hear some physical connections being created. We're able to do live chat over there so you can talk to each other. in real time. You don't have to make a phone call or anything. It's kind of handier for us to do readings there. There is a private room there for private readings. There's a room there for personal readings, private personal readings that nobody else has to hear it. It saves me having to run around trying to get connections made for somebody who can't get Google, or somebody might not be on Facebook, or somebody might not be able to do Google's Hangouts, you know what I mean? So it kind of keeps it very neutral and available to get the readings done there as well. So I will see you guys at Discord. Um, if you are new to the channel, please like, share, and comment. Don't forget to leave your comments in the section below as to how you found this experience to be for you, and I will see you all on Discord. www.discord.gg/ small t arz, all capital letters, y capital 2 lowercase d. Okay, so t capital R capital AR Z Y2D. Okay, that is your link, and you put that in your browser and it'll take you right there. Okay, I can't type on my phone right now. I could do it on my computer though. I'll put the link inside. Okay, so I'm gonna change that.
At the site.
Okay, so there you go. So we will talk to you guys later. So I keep popping in, popping out. I'm trying to get the service set for you guys. So see you there at discord.gg/ little t capital ARZY 29 or 2D, little case D. All right, so we'll see you there. Bye.